When people talked about meth, I...
Well, hang on, not yet.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Idiots Podcast. This is Peter, the big boy over here, showing his guns. You know how he is. And I'm Garrett. So, welcome back.
Episode 4?
Yeah.
This is the 4th episode.
That feels weird. I've been having a lot of fun doing this.
I know, this is great. Time flies.
I would love to do this for a job someday.
Yeah, I almost said episode 3. But,
We did that with Noah.
yeah. That's crazy. I feel like 4 is a big number.
Yeah, because we've been doing this for a month now, if you think about it.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, so Garrett and I want to start this new, I guess you would call it, segment. We want to do highs and lows now. Every episode to, like, start the episode or whatever. So, yeah, we'll just do highs and lows, and it can help you get to know us. And you get to just hear about whatever the heck's going on in our lives. So, yeah, highs and lows.
You go first, because I don't have a high yet.
Okay. High. If you watch my YouTube channel, then
Retips Mata.
yeah, Retips Mata. Then you probably watched this video like Sunday. Well, it's Sunday right now, so I guess today. But anyway, so we went on this college tour at Olivet Nazarene University, and Garrett and I have been to the college many times, whether it's just like a youth group event or like regional Celebrate Life. It's just like sports and stuff and like tournaments and whatnot. So
We're going to pull off the dub in soccer this year.
oh yeah, I really do.
Number
think
one
that
victory
people-
royale, am I right?
yeah. I've seen so many memes of that. Okay, but anyway, so we've been to this college many, many times. This isn't like our first time going. But this time, it was my second official swim visit. And I met with the coach. I like stayed with.
Oh, yeah, because this is a new coach. The first time it was a different coach, right?
Yeah, so last
Okay.
year, so almost a year ago, or not today.
You got to start from the beginning.
What?
That's not the beginning of your life.
Okay, not my life. Okay, anyway, so like a year ago, I went with my friend Matt, and it was like a swim visit again, but this was like before, or I was like slower at the time, so they didn't really want me super bad. So anyway, so this is Coach Diane? Anyway,
I don't know.
Coach Case. I know her last name, Coach Case. And we met with her, and that went well. And then she left.
Was she hot?
She was like old. Okay, maybe
Was
not
she hot?
old. Okay, chill. She wasn't like old, but she was like older than my mom.
Oh.
So like,
She looked so short in that picture.
no, that's not Coach Case.
That wasn't? Who was that?
That's the Coach Case is the older one, like the coach before. The
No,
one
I'm saying in the picture that...
in the picture that's Coach Kelly.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm still talking about like the first visit.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so go with Matt. Met with Coach Case. She was kind of cool, but I found out later that she wasn't a good coach, really. But that's a different story. That went well, and then she left, and then a new coach came in, and then when I went the first time, I had this guy named Bennett as my admissions counselor, and then he left. And then this past spring, I got assigned this chick named Emily... I can't remember her last name, but anyway, Emily something. And I had her for like a month, and then she left. And then I had this lady named Danelli. I have her now.
I have her too.
Oh, for real? Because she has like computer science and engineering, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really cool though.
We'll get to my experience with her in a second.
Okay. All right, never mind, maybe. And so I have Danelli. She's really cool, at least I think so. So yeah, I've had 3...
I stalked her on Instagram, to be completely honest.
I don't have her Instagram.
I don't follow her, but I just looked at it to see who she was.
Quick little stalk, okay. But anyway, so now I have her. I've had 3 different admissions counselors and then 2 different coaches. And I don't know, Coach Kelly said that she's here to stay for a while, so that's really cool. We stayed with my brother Noah, Again, if you watched the YouTube video, you
Or
would've
the last
seen it.
podcast.
Or the last podcast too. I forgot about that. Yeah, the last podcast has Noah featuring in it, and I don't know. He's a funny guy, so I'd watch it.
I think that was the funniest one yet.
Yeah,
It was pretty close.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
We filmed a podcast there. We stayed with Noah, and then I stayed with some swimmers Sunday night because my official tour day was Monday. So stayed with some swimmers Sunday. Franco and Seth. They're really cool.
Seth never texted me.
Really?
Yeah.
Seth, I know you're watching this right now. You need to text Garrett.
I was expecting him to text me. Maybe he found out on his own, but I was expecting him to text me, and I was like,
He was really questioning it. He was like, dude, is it gonna be weird? I've never met this kid. Ooh. I'm like, dude, Garrett's really
grow
cool.
some balls. It's not freaking high school or middle school. I'm just kidding.
But anyway, Seth, I know you're watching this. If you need help, we can help you, bro.
Seth, let me help you.
Yeah.
I want to help you.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Do you know the para swimmer, Caleb, the TikTok guy?
Yeah.
That's his brother. That's Seth's brother.
Really?
Yeah. Caleb Crape.
Are they just all? Caleb Crape looks familiar. Does he live in Michigan? Is he from Michigan?
Maybe he's from Michigan because his girlfriend lives in Michigan, I think.
Seth or Caleb?
Both, they're brothers.
I'm saying whose
Seth.
girlfriend?
Seth's.
Okay.
So maybe they're from Michigan. I have no idea. But anyway, so stayed with them. I got an offer from Olivet. And then a few hours later, I took it after thinking about it or whatever. So that's really cool. So I'm officially committed to Olivet Nazarene University. At least
Pretty serious relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. So all I have to do is sign now at one of the
Sign the marriage
days.
papers. Sorry. Continue.
So all I have to do is just officially sign with them on a signing day or whatever. I don't know. Definitely a sense of security now because I signed so early in the game. It's really cool. That's a high. I love the team. The pool is. At first, I thought it was really not good. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's not a bad pool.
Sorry.
But
that was the first time. Be proud.
I know. You lasted a while.
We've came a long way.
Yeah.
It's been quite the journey.
Yeah. So at first I thought the pool wasn't that good, and then I looked at the numbers and everything, and now it's it's a pretty good pool. It's a good competition pool.
Such a good pool.
I wouldn't say it's such a good pool, but it's a better pool than I thought.
I know nothing about pools.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's a nice pool, and it's salt water.
That's got to be nice.
Yeah, because you float. Salt water has a higher density than chlorinated water, so you float. Salt water.
Does that mean you're obviously gonna have a better swim time?
Yeah, because your hips are higher in the water, therefore less drag, and you're just.
But what happens if you go to somewhere else and they don't have one? Then you're used to the salt water. You know what I mean?
Then you're just gonna feel slow. Salt water is banned in Olympic pools.
Really?
Yeah, Olympic pools and any professional pool. Yeah, it's banned because you just float so much more. Plus, you put a tech suit on and you're flying. Yeah, I'm just happy to be committed already. I can't wait to sign. That's gonna be so nice.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Even though you're wearing your Michigan gear right now instead of your Olivet gear.
Go blue! I was thinking about wearing some Olivet stuff, but then I didn't. I don't know. I'd look like I don't even know. I just didn't want to. I was like, screw it, whatever. And I haven't worn this before, so I got
pretty
this in
dope
Plato's
shirt.
Closet.
That's where I got my flame. Wow, I can't speak. My famous flannel that I wore 2 episodes in a row. I didn't even realize I did that. I felt like such an idiot.
I got that at Plato's Closet when we went.
Yeah, I got that one and then the green Calvin Klein T-shirt that you
Right.
found for me.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Dude, I can never get good burps anymore.
Like me?
Yes.
It takes some practice.
Yeah, I'm actually a little jealous.
That's what happens when you're an F. You gotta succeed in something.
Okay, all right. Well, do you have a high yet?
I wasn't even thinking. Sorry, that was really loud.
If you don't, I can just hit my low.
Just hit your low.
Okay, my low. All right. So this is like a low but a high, but it's also like a low. You know, I don't know. If
I'd
you
have
have
to,
that
I'd have to
situation.
hear it again to understand.
Okay, so it was like Friday last week, and it's been like a whole week since my girlfriend and I
Oh
broke
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's a low because like we were best friends like before we dated, so it's kind of like just,
You lost like not only a relationship but a friendship
yeah,
too.
exactly, and it sucks because she was just like she was a homie, like I could tell her anything, like whatever. But now she's gone, so I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm doing better than I actually thought I would. But it's like a low because like you lost somebody, but then it's a high because we broke up like right before the visit to Olivet, and if we were dating like while I got that offer, I would have like totally questioned whether I wanted to go or not just because we were dating. So it's good that we broke up, but then it's like
That makes sense.
our relationship just wasn't really healthy. It was like good, and then it was absolute trash, and it just wasn't good. Like I wanted it to be good really bad, and I knew we needed a breakup, but I just didn't want to pull the trigger on it. But I knew it needed to happen, so
Yeah. It
Yeah.
sucks, but I mean, time heals, I guess. You know what I mean?
yeah. But yeah, it's all right. So now to a quick relationship advertisement. If anybody wants to go to homecoming with me, bro, I'm open.
You have to ask him though.
No, just text me or something. I don't know.
That'd be like saying like,
DM me or something.
I'll slide him those DMs. Wait, I have a question, like quick.
All right, what's up?
Would you ever date like a best friend again like that? Or do you think that is a no-go
It
after
really
that?
just depends. Like, I'm not trying to throw in names specifically, but like, for example, there's like me, Garrett, Brenna, and then we have like another, so we're like, that's like our tight circle, and then we have another like bigger circle of other people,
Yeah.
but we'll just stay with the tight circle. Like, say Brenna and I liked each other or whatever, not saying we do, but this is just a perfect example. Like, I would
Yeah.
never want to, because we're just in such a close knit group.
I get that.
But like, if I were best friends with, I don't know, if I were just like really good friends with somebody and we wanted to have a relationship, then yeah, I'd be down just because like we're not just in a group. So like, if Brenna and I broke up, if we were to date,
It would
then
be awkward.
It would be awkward. But if it was just like a stray best, if that makes any sense, just like
Someone,
a best
a
friend-
best friend that's not a part of like a close group.
yeah, exactly. Who's not
I
like
get that, I
connected
get
to
that.
anything else in my life. Well, okay, never mind. Just who isn't connected to any other one of my friends or whatever. Like we're not in a friend group. Then yeah, I'd probably. But like, if we're in like a close knit friend group, then that's kind of a no go. Just because like making, jeez, just because like it being awkward for us two would make other people feel awkward, and then like everybody just would be awkward about it, and it would just be weird. So, yes, but no.
I get that.
Okay, cool.
That makes sense. Didn't mean to hit that really hard. That makes sense now. Like it took some explanation, but
Okay, cool. All right, but anyway, yeah, that's my high and low. But yeah, homecoming. I'm down. Just let me know. All right, but
Micah
anyway.
Route hits you up.
Oh my word, dude.
Okay, did you see that? I sent you that review that someone wanted us to talk about drugs, right?
Yeah.
I was super
actually saw
confused.
that. I was looking at our podcast stuff.
Five stars on iTunes.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is on Spotify, but 5 stars on
I
iTunes.
haven't looked on Spotify at all.
Me neither. I just look at the stats on Anchor,
Right.
but I haven't even looked at those in like I don't even know. It hasn't been super long, but
Yeah. So your high and low, unless you have multiple for both.
yeah. I guess a high was I got to hang out with some friends that I haven't seen in a long time. I got to catch up with them. Josh, you know who you are. Hudson, Joey, Tim.
Hudson.
Fuck. I hate you. No, they're all homies. So I got to hang out with them. I hung out with them. That's my Nokia, sorry.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, I'm getting a call. Hello? Anyway.
I didn't know that thing could do that. What was that for?
Every time like I put in a new insulin pump, it always beeps at me to make sure to check that it went in.
He has diabetes.
So if any diabetics want to hit me up, slide in those DMs. I'm just kidding.
All right. Anyway, we're hanging out with like.
Yeah, so
friends.
that was pretty fun. And a low? I don't really know if I have a low. Oh, I have homework. So my schooling situation is I'm taking 3 classes at three classes at Mott's and 1 online class. But the online class is super easy.
For what, Oxford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a virtual school.
So like he's enrolled at Oxford, but like.
I do dual enrollment.
Yeah.
And then, so that class is super, super easy. You can send stuff in and get an 100. It's just a matter of doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not super like time consuming or anything. I've just been lazy.
Right.
So it's like, I just need to get that done and pull the trigger. And then I have a paper. Oh, another high. My birthday is in 2 weeks. My birthday's October 2nd.
Ayo.
18.
What day of the week?
I'll be
is
legal
that?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? All right.
So we'll have youth group that day. Dude, youth group feels so different. Because we're the older ones.
Yeah. High and low for you.
Oh, yeah, and my low is I also have a paper due right before my birthday, and I haven't even started, like, any writing process. I really hope I don't wait the day before.
What is it on? Oh, my gosh.
It's about my history of writing. So, like,
What?
isn't that weird, like, the way, like, I totally could have this completely wrong. But I need to figure out. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that.
Right.
But it's like about my like not only writing process, but like from when I was little and started writing, like my experiences with writing. I mean, it's kind of interesting. The only things that like I'll only write if it's something that like I don't have restrictions on.
Right.
That's why I always hid school papers. Like one time, I almost wrote a book when I was younger.
Oh, dang.
Well, like I started it and then I was just like,
About what?
I don't even remember. It was definitely fiction, because obviously it wasn't about something that was real. Okay, so you were talking about this like degree that you wanted to get, that they're starting a new program. Like, what would you do with that? Like, what do you want to do when you're older?
I couldn't tell you.
You like have no idea what you want to do when you're older.
God will provide.
Amen.
I don't know. It's just like combining business with like computer stuff. Like I almost asked the dude like what type of job I could get with it, but I didn't. So yeah, I don't know like what specific jobs I could do.
No, but like you have no clue what you want to do with your life with that, or like at all.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what the options are. I just know that I'll enjoy it. That's it.
That's good. I feel like nobody wants to work a job where they'll hate it.
Of course. I mean, unless you're getting like stupid money, but even then.
Even then, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Also, a funny story. Speaking of Olivet again, this dude named Zach sends me a letter, right? And the letter was just saying like, "Thank you for coming out or visiting Olivet, and like, you've shown interest in being an athlete at Olivet." And he sends me like steps to become an athlete at Olivet. It's like, dude, sorry, but you're a little late. Like, I'm already like verbally committed. It's like, dude, that's a little awkward. But yeah, I just tossed that letter, I think.
Looks like they don't talk much. Like the people at all of that.
Yeah, no kidding. I was kind of surprised. Like, they usually don't mess up like that. And then I got a letter from Denelli saying like, oh my gosh, what was so funny is she said, good luck with the classes with Vangel. Because I brought up how I have like 2 hours with him. When we were like meeting or whatever, we were just like talking about school and whatnot.
Oh.
And I was just like, yeah, I have 2 hours with the same dude, 2 hours in a row. And it kind of sucks because like the 2 classes that I have with him I view as a waste of time.
Oh, that's funny.
So it was just funny. And she spelled Vangel right.
Really?
Yeah, which is so weird because even people who have Vangel as a teacher, they don't know how to spell his name. So I was like, dang, look at you go.
I still don't know my English professor's last name.
Yeah. Was that
Josh.
Oh.
I still call to people. I'm like, what did Josh just say? Like, I feel weird saying that, but don't know his last name. It's like Savi. I don't want to look like a complete idiot.
Too late.
I don't know, honestly though.
But yeah. And then she was like, just keep on taking those pictures. I was like, dude, that's so nice.
What a nice lady.
What?
I said, what a nice lady.
I know. She's cool, though. Oh, wait. Your experience with Denali. Tell me about that.
So, I was emailing her back and forth, and then she called me and was like, hey, by the way, I'm your admissions counselor. Nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, cool. And this was after I got, my set amount, the minimum I'll get
Right.
for Olivet is...
Education.
Yes.
Right.
And just looking at my SAT score, it's not my grade point, not what classes I've taken, not any of the credits that are going to transfer from Mott to Olivet. It's which isn't bad. I feel like that's nice.
Dude, same. And I am so much dumber than you.
Debatable. No, I don't want to say yeah, but yeah. I'm just confused. I mean, I also haven't sent in my transcript or anything. Have you already done that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mine
was just based off of SAT. Was yours only based off?
Stuff.
Was yours only based off SAT?
GPA and SAT.
Okay, mine was just SAT. So it'll probably change with my GPA.
You're probably getting more money once you get everything sent in.
I don't know about how much. I'm thinking about retaking my SAT, but to me, it's just not worth it.
I have to retake it. My parents are making me.
Oh, really?
They're like, statistically, the more and more you take the test, your score is going to go up more.
I don't think I'll do it.
So I have to take it the morning of homecoming, dude.
Dang, wait, when is your homecoming?
October. It's either 5th or 6th. The 5th might be the football game, and then 6th might be the dance.
Why do I feel like that's so late for homecoming?
It probably is.
Oh.
Flushing usually has a late. I almost said early. It has a late homecoming.
Okay, do you know who Sarah Matis is or
Yes,
Mattis?
I do. Yeah, it's Matis. Yeah.
This happened a long time ago, but she followed me, and I didn't think I followed her back, but it was just I noticed someone followed me, and then all of a sudden her stuff came through my feed today, and I was like, do I know this girl? Should I know this girl? I just noticed she was from Flushing, and you followed her. I was just confused because have you ever had that happen where you just you go through stories and you're like, I never followed that person.
So you never followed her?
I don't think I did. Okay. Maybe I just didn't realize, but
you told me about this.
Then maybe,
or at least when you figured out that she, or when she followed you. I think you told me about this.
I don't know. I just get confused when I don't know a person that follows me.
Right.
I mean, that's cool and all, but
right, yeah.
I'm like, how do I always try to figure that. with Keelan Strong, I literally was like, how would I ever know who this is? I was so confused.
Right.
Because I didn't know who she was. I never went to any EMD stuff.
I
never went to camp. I never actually came close to the Flushing people until
right. NYC probably, right?
Yeah, I'd say it was
that family camp. Or was family camp before it?
No, family camp was after.
Okay.
I would say NYC was my formal introduction to getting to know everyone. And then family camp just brought me closer to everybody.
We really didn't hang out with all the Flushing people. It was maybe 4 or 5.
It was just a select few of them.
Right. There was Caitlin, Ryan.
You go with Caitlin.
I thought about it actually.
Because aren't you guys friends?
Sort of, yeah. But then I was like, I don't know. Maybe. Well, okay. I don't know. It's just based off this one conversation that we had. A few days ago, and then after that conversation I was like, I don't know, maybe she wouldn't want to go with me. I'd be down to go with her, but I don't know if she'd want to go with me, if that makes any sense.
Doesn't she listen?
Probably, yeah. She
Kaylin.
follows Twitter. Yeah. She likes almost every single tweet. Yeah, I just don't know if Caitlin would want to go with me. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wish someone would ask me to dance because I don't have one.
There isn't one at Oxford?
No.
Really? There straight up isn't anything?
No. I just found that out.
What?
Isn't that weird?
Like no homecoming? No...
Well, it's at Oxford High School, not Oxford Virtual. It's apparently two separate entities. Or
Oh.
I don't think I used that word right. There's no way I did.
Well, I get
Two separate things.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
But I'll just go dance at a club.
Okay.
I'm turning 18 in a couple weeks.
That is true, but yeah,
I'm kidding.
I don't know. You need to use like Aaron's ID or something.
Go together.
I thought I was about to burp, but it didn't come out.
You had a really long pause right there, and I was like, "What is he about to
I
do?"
know. I was ready for it, but it quit. It quit being there. Yeah.
Spitters are for quitters.
Well, I didn't spit.
Dude,
Alright.
I want to own so many businesses when I'm older. I want to at least own one or two. I'm not even messing with you. Like, okay, sorry, this is completely random.
I
and off
got you. I
topic.
got you.
When I'm going to college for electrical engineering.
College.
Frick me. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the word again.
In
Some-
university.
Some teen angst right there. I'm going for electrical engineering just to have a safety net because I'm good at that stuff. And I think I'd like it, but I don't think I would like want to go to work every single day.
Right.
There are days I would definitely call in sick just because I don't feel like doing stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
But I want to do stuff like this.
Right.
I want to do like broadcasting, like video production stuff. But the reason I'm not going into like doing that degree is because you read online and people are like, oh, you should get a degree in this. But every story I've ever read, like whether it's like a small time like director, or big time director, or small,
Right.
they didn't go to college for it.
Uh-huh.
And even like you look at YouTubers, people are like, oh, I'm sure they went to film school. They usually go to film school and drop out, or they are actually engineers. And like, do you know who Rhett and Link is? Or at least of them?
I think you've brought it up to me before.
I think I have used this instance too. But they were engineers. They went to college for engineering and then decided to make a YouTube channel.
Okay.
But like, I want to have a talk show someday. I feel like that'd be cool. Or like a late night.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that'd be dope. But like most of the YouTubers, like they don't go to college because they've already made it like before they even had to consider going to college.
Yeah,
But
that's certainly true.
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like engineering, you can do so many things with that.
You can. But
And then owning a business, that'd be so dope.
I already have one business. I definitely want to own a clothing business. And then I wouldn't mind opening, like, whether it's a coffee shop, maybe like a bar or something. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind owning a bar. I feel like that'd be my style.
Right. Yeah.
Not that I don't think I'll ever like regularly drink, but
Right. Yeah.
supporting people's sins always brings in a profit.
Yeah, it always brings in a profit for sure.
Just look at whores. What? That's what they're called. Okay, another thing. I heard this on a podcast recently, and they didn't go super in depth about it, but people get so offended nowadays, and it's like, or people will like make racist jokes and be like, "Oh my gosh, it was a joke," but they'll say it's a joke like after. Like if you look at not Jerry Seinfeld, the guy from the Seinfeld show that like had that incident long back. I'm not sure if you heard about this, but like
I've never watched
no, he was after the show ended. He was a stand-up comic,
Okay.
and some black guy was heckling him in the crowd, and so he was gonna go along with
I think
it.
you sent this video.
I
into
may
one of
have
the
you.
Group chats.
I don't know if I have. I probably did, and
This is a while ago. If you did though.
it might have been. And like he like full on was like going off about like black people and stuff, and like it was to the point like where it wasn't even a joke. And then afterwards, he was like trying to say like, "Oh, like
That's
here's
too
my
far in.
here's
You
here's my
can't-
apology." My thing with racist jokes, jokes about like religion, like what you like groups that are associations and like groups and stuff. those jokes are funny to me, and like events. Those jokes are funny to
Wait,
me.
is this what you're saying, or
This
this
is-
is what he was saying?
The guy that like
Okay, all right.
no,
all right.
I'm saying like the person on the podcast made this point. Like you
Right.
can't go that far.
Okay, all right.
Like
yeah.
you can't actually be racist.
You have to like pull.
You know
it
what I'm
back,
saying?
Like,
And like you can't go that far and then say it was a joke. Like it obviously wasn't.
yeah.
Like the funny thing about like making racist jokes and doing all that is because it's so absurd for someone to be so against
Right.
someone like or a specific group or like a specific race. So it's just like ironic.
Yeah.
And like these people are from Australia and they said like Australia is so diverse that nobody's racist. So like it's almost okay to make racist jokes. It's like perfectly fine. Isn't that funny? Or maybe it was New Zealand. I can't remember. But I think that's so funny.
Same thing.
Pretty much.
Going to
Same
Australia
accents.
Would be so cool.
Want to go?
I'd be down.
Senior trip?
That'd be so much money, dude.
Would it?
Ticket there. Ticket back.
Welcome back to the Google Podcast.
For real.
Not on YouTube.
So
Got a
ticket
quote.
there,
Sorry, Pornhub.
and that
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
ticket there, hotels. I guess a hotel for however long you're there. Food, whatever activities you want to do. Probably.
Jeepers creepers.
Wait, is business class like the nice seats or no?
Oh, you're definitely right. Business class is like up there with $78 flights to Australia.
That is some bologna sandwich. Unless you're booking that for like a decade in advance. So then you
I
gotta
gotta
pay for like all the activities that you want to do there.
You know what I really want to do?
What's up?
So I saw this thing a while back. I talked about this with someone, and if you were the person, please like let me know because I've been dying trying to figure out who I told this about. It's a trip to, like I don't remember where in Europe, but it's like
Definitely was not me.
I know it wasn't you. I don't think it was even anyone from the youth group. So the person may not even be listening, which is completely fine. But it's a trip to Europe. You fly to Europe, and this is like all inclusive except for like you going buying your food and stuff.
Right.
And I think it also pays for your hotels. It was like $3,000 maybe.
I feel like that's really good.
But you fly to Europe, and you are on it. It's like a train across Europe.
Okay.
Like you're taking a train ride across Europe, and then you stay in like a specific city for like a day or two, and then you get back on the train. And you go to
So
the next
this is
city.
kind of like a cruise, but like on land.
Isn't that kind of dope?
Yeah.
Except
So, wait, is this already a thing? Or
Yeah,
Was this?
I saw this somewhere. I can't remember, and it was like 3,000 at most. I think it was 2,000, which I feel like is good.
Right. My grandma and grandpa did that, like, on the way to Washington State, because my grandma's... I think it's my grandma's sister, unless it's my grandpa's... I think grandma. Grandma's sister lives out there. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to take a train. I was like, bro, what? That sucks. And they're like, no, we get to stop and see, like, all this nature and all this. I'm like, hey, if you want to do it, yo, have some fun. But, like, I'd rather just fly. Like, train is just...
Another fun place to go would be Iceland.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how much those. I want to go at some point.
Only if you, like, snow or whatever. Because, like, if you don't like snow, then that would be kind of AIDS.
That's a joke, right?
Is it not?
I'm hoping you're joking.
Is Iceland not cold? I thought it was.
That's Greenland.
That's Greenland?
They switched
So what's Iceland like?
that. There's like waterfalls and.
Okay, then yeah, I was kidding. It was a joke.
No, this is what Iceland looks like. I mean, there is snow,
wow,
but
those
like,
pictures are cool.
I feel like it'd be fun to go there and like, whether you vlog it or take pictures of both.
Right.
That'd be so much fun.
Or just go and chill. Wow,
We can do
that's
that,
what
Peter. We can do that for our honeymoon.
I'm saying.
I feel like that's not bad. Oh, winter northern lights. That'd be dope.
Like 1,500. Is that 1,500 to get there or what?
It has to be there and back. 5 days, 4 nights. That's not super bad. Whoa.
10 days, 9 nights, bro.
1,600. That's not bad.
That's
1,700.
a long time.
8 days, 7 nights. That's
Why
not.
is this one 2,000?
Must be a more popular tour. Guided groups, self-drive. Interesting. Oops. I accidentally booked something. Funny story, I think I accidentally got a virus on my computer. My laptop.
I think you told me about this.
I'm pretty sure I did. So, some of you guys might not care, but when we went to... the night before we went to Olivet, I was like, oh, it'd be fun if, like... Because I have 2 USB, like, controllers.
Okay, just kidding. I don't think you told me about this then.
I told you part of it, I think.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, it'd be fun if I like download like old like Super Nintendo emulators or like PlayStation emulators, and like we can play like downloaded games, obviously pirated, on the way there. And I found a good website, so I thought, and I downloaded some ROMs. And when I meant to click finish, and when I clicked finish, like another screen popped up real quick to download like an extension of it's like Chrome, but I don't trust it, so I don't use it.
Is
It's
it
just
like
like
blue?
yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about then. Is it like, yeah, okay.
And it's definitely not official.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
know
way
what
it
you're
is.
talking about.
But it's like annoying because this bar is always at the top, and it's with the blue version of Chrome. But when I open up Chrome, another bar comes right here.
Bro, what?
I'll send you a picture when I get home. But it's like it's not that big of a deal, and it doesn't slow down my computer or anything.
Wait,
but
is it called Chromium?
yeah,
Okay. I have, yeah, okay.
you know what
Is
I'm talking
that
about.
the virus? The
I don't-
Chromium?
I don't know if it's a virus, but it's definitely like an off-brand extension that I've tried to uninstall, but it has not gone away.
Right. I got that on my like dinosaur laptop. Holy smokes. Like that thing is like twice as thick as this. And it's so heavy. It's cool though. I like made like all my old videos on it. And then the fans broke.
You
So,
just
like-
replace them. But I mean, if you're never gonna use it, what's the point?
Exactly. So I just have it in my room, just steady chilling. Thing's cool though. It's like the frick. I can't remember. I have no idea. I was gonna try to like name it or like say the model name or whatever, but I have no idea. Frick. Nope, I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, next topic. So, someone requested us to talk about drugs. So, okay, before anything about drugs even comes up, well, I was going to say both Garrett and I have not done any drugs before, but I just got informed that it's just me. So,
Yeah, I take insulin.
but yeah, so all of like the stereotypical drugs, like friggin', I don't know anybody who's about to be doing cocaine, but
I knew someone that did that.
oh shoot,
I didn't know him really well, but I knew of a person that was like, not very many people knew. I thought someone was about to open that door. Knew about it, but like my friend was like, "Oh yeah, he does cocaine." And like one time I was talking to him, and he was talking really fast, and I was like, I looked in his eyes, and his pupils were this big, and I was like,
gracious.
"That's like unhealthy."
Oh yeah. Okay, so anyway,
Would you ever smoke weed, do any kind of drugs?
mom, dad, stop watching.
Like some point in life, do you think you would?
Yeah, I mean,
Like just for the experience.
yeah. I think weed is the furthest that I'd go.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I heard this somewhere, and I know it's true because I've like looked it up before. There was a guy, like a Twitch streamer. For those of you that don't know what Twitch is, it's a streaming service for streamers, so you can stream on it. Yeah. Anyway, he was an alcoholic, and he did shrooms off camera because apparently, like people that do like heavy psychedelics, aka shrooms, and I don't know if this happens with acid too, because
See, I don't know anything about that stuff. Like, I straight up don't.
the only reason I know is from a certain podcast,
Okay.
and it's like they're not
Oh, is it the
Misfits podcast.
Yeah.
You should listen to it. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Okay. Maybe.
I think it's good. Like they're the ones that live in Australia. Or
Right, yeah,
no,
yeah.
they live in Australia.
Something like that.
And what's funny is they don't like. I don't want to say they don't promote it because like they're like, oh, if you like, you shouldn't do it unless you want to do it. Like you shouldn't be pressured into it, which
Right.
I agree with. Like I know some people that smoke, but that's their decision. They don't do it to be cool.
Uh-huh.
I know some people that do it to be cool, and I think they're idiots. I also think the other person's idiots for doing it for
Idiots.
fun. But I don't know. But apparently, like, you can have such a trip, like an experience that will like open your eyes in a different way, and like it like stopped his addiction to like.
Right.
Alcohol.
Oh yeah, you told me. About
I'm
this.
sure I told you this about this. Isn't that
Yeah.
that's like
I
crazy?
don't know how that works.
Psychedelics can. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never go with opiates or any other addictive drugs if I took the choice upon me to start doing drugs, which I don't think I ever will.
You just wake up. Frick it, let's do drugs.
Just start snorting cocaine. That's funny.
So anyway, I guess.
I don't think I would ever do acid, but if I ever did acid, that's where I'd draw the line. Because you know what's crazy is, I'm pretty sure I've also told you
That
this.
stuff like messes you up.
I actually don't know if that's true. I know it's like a chemical, but if you have like, once again, I know this from a podcast I listen to. I do not know this from experience. I also know this from another kid that told me the same thing. And I'm not going to name any names, but his name is Blake. And he doesn't listen, so it's fine. Like, you have to get your LSD tested
Okay.
from your dealer, because like they could like totally give you something completely different
Right.
and you wouldn't know. And like you have to have like a pure form of LSD. This is what like what I've heard.
Holy smokes.
I don't even know what that is. It doesn't sound right. That's all I'm saying. It does not sound right. And I don't really know much about shrooms. I just know it's like more of a natural drug. And what's crazy is Colorado is allowing magic mushrooms pretty soon,
I heard about that.
which is insane.
Like, dang, we're really like.
I mean,
I think we need to stop at marijuana.
if you think about it, I guess it's, once again, people could say it's a natural plant, but so is freaking cactus, and you don't see me smoking that shiz. But it happens.
Smoking a cactus?
Yeah, could you imagine if people did that?
How do you smoke a cactus? You
I have no idea.
Dehydrate that thing like crazy if you were to smoke that.
I mean, they're already in the desert.
No, but like cacti like store water inside of them so that like cuz they're in the desert, they just store water.
Dang. I was in Arizona. Did you know that?
Yeah, I was with you.
Just kidding.
Unless you're talking about a different time. Wait, that was Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. Yeah.
I was also thinking, you said we should talk about NYC when we go off to Olivet, but why don't we just wait until October 13th when Brenna comes back?
Well, when we go to Olivet, that's going to be in November. So really, we'd be doing. Okay, I didn't know she was coming back that day. Okay, cool.
Because, I mean, you were like concerned about where would we film it, but...
Right, okay, so yeah, October 13th, yeah.
So we're planning on making an episode about that experience when we went to NYC. That was a great time.
Yeah,
That was one of my favorite trips.
Anyway, drugs. So.
What other drugs are there? Like, I mean, there's meth.
Well,
Okay, you know, people like talk about like doing meth. For a while, I literally thought about you would snort meth or something, but apparently you smoke it.
Dude, you can't snort meth.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
You know what's disappointing?
What?
I didn't come up with that joke on my own.
Really?
Yeah,
Who was it?
it was the Misfits.
Oh, really?
It was
Not with that.
It was
You can't.
it was a YouTube video, and they were like,
When did
someone
you
was
say
like-
that?
when we were talking about
Was that at Olivet?
yeah.
Or Olivet?
It was on the last podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when we were playing the Desert Island game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
Okay, anyway, so my drug experiences. So I got diagnosed with like ADHD and bipolar like super young. So I've been taking medicine for that ever
Good boy.
since I was really little. Yeah, yeah. So for everybody, if you get diagnosed with something, take your medicine, okay? Because you might think you feel good, but you need to stay medicated or else you'll go psycho.
Was there ever a point where you wanted to stop because you thought you were
Stop
fine
what?
taking your meds?
No. Like at Olivet, I forgot my medicine when we went to Olivet.
We could tell.
And-
I said to Brenna, I was like, by the way, he forgot his medicine. She's like, I could tell.
Oh,
Like, honestly.
really? I thought I was holding myself down pretty well.
Yeah, you were compared to when we were in Noah's room. Noah, like, was like, I wanted to yell at him to, like, calm down, but, like, I know he can't control it.
Really? I thought I was doing all right.
You were doing,
Gosh,
okay.
dang it.
You were doing good.
I thought I was doing so well. Oh, gosh dang it.
It was funny.
Frick. Okay, anyways.
You were just a lot more hyper and, like, crazy.
Frick. Gosh dang
It
it.
was fun.
Okay, anyway, so I forgot my medicine. Like, I could tell. Like, I just feel different. And I think different and I act different because, I don't know. I like, my brain just moves so ridiculously fast. And, so yeah, I've been taking medicine for that ever since I was really young. And as I got older and bigger and like my body, I hate to say body changes because people instantly think of like puberty talks like, oh, your body's
Sex.
changing. Yeah. But like my body was just changing, like size and whatnot, like chemicals and whatever.
Mm.
So yeah, as everything was just like changing, I had to switch medicine. And I've had to switch medicines like a ton, and it's kind of stupid, but yeah. So I had to change medicines. I took a ton of different medicine. Actually, most of the medicines I took from my ADHD were originally blood pressure meds. Isn't that interesting? Like originally, they were meant to help with like blood pressure issues.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. So I've been taking medicine for that, but I don't know, wait, is that, yeah. Like, I've never done, like, drugs, you know what I mean? But, like, vaping and stuff, I've done that before. It, like, I don't know. It kind of clears out my sinuses.
You get one just every time you get sick.
Like, I'm gonna be straight up, like, I did it once, and it was actually, like, when I was kind of stuffed up like I am right now. And I was like, dang, like, this makes the mucus, like, move around and I can finally blow my nose and get everything out. I thought it was really cool because of that.
You know what's crazy? People are having seizures and all kinds of stuff because of vaping.
Yeah, because that's, like, all
It's people are like, oh, it's vapor, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
but people have
definitely-
literally had collapsed lungs. There's been a couple people that have died. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
What, is it 6 deaths?
It's somewhere around there.
Literally wrote an essay about it, I can't remember.
And it's so insane because the nicotine levels get so high to the point where it's like,
Yeah, 'cause
it's
your body
worse
just
than
gets used
cigarettes.
to it, Yeah.
And so not only if you like you're trying to stop, you can't just stop like that.
Yeah.
But it's so much nicotine for a minor to consume because that's like the majority of people that do it.
Yeah.
That is unhealthy for you to even like consume. To that point, like I wanna like I know I've seen videos of like a couple months after smoking and it's like your lungs will look all black, but sure, like it doesn't show when like in your lungs that there's damage, but there is damage.
Right.
And odds are it's probably going to be worse if you're having that much of nicotine levels.
Right, yeah.
So at that point, I would just say smoke cigarettes. Like I know that sounds I'm not kidding.
No, I know, that's just so
If I had
funny.
to smoke anything, whether it was okay, real question. If someone made you smoke, would you rather smoke weed, cigarettes, or meth? Or not meth.
Wait,
Vape.
like if I was getting forced to?
Or like if you took up that like hobby. I know you probably won't.
To like do it consistently?
I'd
or
say
do
once
it
a
just,
week.
like,
Once
that-
or twice a week. Maybe consistently if it
Like,
becomes a
does
habit.
weed damage your lungs?
Not as much as it does other things. Not as much as like everything else does because there's no nicotine. Isn't that weird? People honestly think that weed is good for you. Sorry. Too much smoking.
I'm not
Um,
super educated on.
I had to do a project on
everything.
it. I did a project on why it should not be legal, which I'm not going to get into the subject, but I definitely disagree with what I wrote my paper on. Anyway, maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. Depends if we have to fill that time.
Right.
It can damage your lungs and it does damage brain cells, but it also kills off what some people misunderstand is it does kill off the dead brain cells.
Right.
So like say like you're getting older and you need like honestly like it can help with certain stuff.
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
does have its benefits.
But along with like
Everything else it has its like cons
Yeah.
as well.
See, I don't know. I'd probably say weed. I don't know.
I don't think I would take it up as a habit. I'm sure someday like it'd be an experience to have or whatever.
Right.
But like I don't think I'd ever do it as a habit. And plus you can't really get addicted. Some people say you can't get addicted to weed. I think it's like a personal choice that you choose to get addicted because you don't want to like I know this sounds really dark, but you don't want to feel anything.
Right.
I know someone that's done that and it's sad. But but like LSD and shrooms, you can't become addicted to those because once you take it once you have tolerance.
Right.
So
yeah.
then I'm sure I've already told you this, but like
Yeah.
the next day you have to have double the dosage.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
That's-
I've never done like any of that, but okay, I'm not gonna name names or anything. But like, if you were friends with me in like 6th grade, then you'd probably know who I was friends with. I was friends with these dudes, and they definitely knew like drugs and stuff. Well, maybe not drugs, like weed and like cigarettes and stuff.
I know I don't want to say like I don't know how to explain it. Like the only reason I know about these topics is because I've done my research about it. Like
Right, which is good.
like just so I know the topic if someone brings it up to
Yeah.
me. Anyway, continue.
So I was friends with these dudes who like obviously knew how to do stuff, and I didn't know what the living heck I was doing, bro. I was just like I didn't even know what all this stuff was. I was just like going with it. It wasn't just because like I was trying to like fit in or whatever. It's just I straight up didn't even know like what I was
Didn't
doing.
really care type thing.
Yeah, like I didn't know. I didn't care. Like I was completely clueless.
Yeah.
And I was pretty innocent. I was pretty innocent when I was in 6th grade. Not saying I do like bad stuff now, but like in 6th grade, I was just like
Good kid.
I was just like whatever. I was just good kid, little kid, like whatever. And so I didn't know what I was doing, and so these bros like brought this. What do you call it? It's like the glass pipe. Is that called
Bong?
No, it's not a bong.
What do you mean? A bowl?
A bowl. Yeah, it was a bowl. Yeah. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Okay, you know what's funny is for a while, like, I was like, oh, that person's smoking a pipe, and people come up to me and go, you mean a bowl? And it's always people that are like heavy stoners that get
Right.
triggered when I say that. But
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so a bowl. So he brings over a bowl, and like we didn't have weed. It was just like his grandma's or something. And so he brought it over. We're in 6th
His
grade.
grandma's weed.
Well, it like had ashes and stuff, and so he brought a match or a lighter, not a match. Jeez, how old are we? So he brings over a lighter, and he smokes it as if there's weed in it, but it's really just like the ashes and residue or whatever.
Is it weed though, for sure?
Yeah, it's weed. 100% it's weed. But it's literally just like the leftover ashes and whatever, and he gets high in my backyard, and the backyard just reeks.
Did your parents find out?
No, they actually don't know about this.
That's
They don't know
was
about
he was
any of this.
Was he the only one that did it?
Well, and then my other friend, he was into it too. He was like, "No, let me do it." And he tried, but the first guy definitely got what he wanted. And so I was like, "Dude, why does my backyard smell so bad?" Like,
That's
what the
so
heck?
funny.
Yeah, and so then One of the dudes, his older brother, like smoked, so he could get
Dang.
stuff from him. And
That young?
Yeah,
That-
yeah. But like they aren't like that anymore.
I
which
know,
is
but
so
I'm just saying.
crazy.
I'm saying like that's so crazy to me that like our world introduces this stuff at such a young age and it becomes normal.
I know. It's just it's crazy. But so he could get stuff from his brother, and so they were like doing their thing or whatever. I was like, okay, so this is like normal to do. Like if my friends do it, then it's got to be normal. So then, this is so embarrassing. 'Cause
That's
it's
so.
stupid.
I'm sorry. That's so funny.
And so I took like construction paper. And I basically made like a blunt with it, with like tea leaves. With tea leaves, I like, it was like a fat, like if I'm gonna call it, we'll just call this a blunt, like whatever. If it were to be a blunt, this was like the fattest blunt ever, dude. Like it was like a hefty blunt, and I was just like, my parents were gone. I didn't do this because my parents were gone. It just happened to be that my parents were gone because I thought this was okay. It's not like I was hiding it. And so I go in my backyard. Noah's playing probably the PS3 at the time.
But did Noah like catch you guys or something? Then?
No, he didn't. So right now I'm alone. This is like a totally different
Okay.
time. I'm alone in my backyard and I'm just like smoking this tea. I have no idea why I thought that this was a good idea or whatever. But like burning that construction paper, there's so many chemicals in that paper. Dye, bleach,
And
like all this stuff.
it's full on.
It's like thick paper too.
It's like actual smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
cigarettes, it's like
Yeah. But like
this is like heavy smoke.
Yeah, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. This is, yeah, it was
It's-
so dumb. And
That's
then
funny.
this was like further on in the whole like experience thing, but friend number 2, the guy who could get stuff from his older brother, he had like these mini like super skinny metal pipes, and he gave me one, and I was like, "What is this for?" He's like, "Oh, you just like stick stuff in it, and then you like light it on fire and then you inhale and it's like all good or whatever." So I got one. And then we stuck like cotton balls in as a filter. We put like cotton
Oh.
balls as a filter and then like just jammed stuff in the bottom.
What was it? What'd you put in there?
I can't remember. It was probably I probably put tea leaves in it again. And so I was like smoking that in my room, and yeah, my room smelled like smoke. I had the window open though. I was smart about that. But this time I was hiding it from my parents, and so I had like this.
Did you
lighter.
know that it was bad by
I
then?
sort of knew what I was doing, but like at
The
the
same time, you were just like-
I didn't.
That makes sense. I get
But-
that.
I'd say, I don't know, it's kind of like half and half. Like, I knew, but I didn't. And so I was just like, oh, this is like my old room, not the basement. I'm not in
This is
the
when you were
Yeah,
upstairs.
like all the way upstairs. This is this is like Luke's current room. If
Okay.
You've seen it. I don't know if you have.
I can't remember how I haven't.
But, so this is Luke's room, and I'm just like lighting this pipe thing or whatever, and my mom comes in, and she's like, "Peter, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just like burning, for spices to see what they smell like." And like, I was burning tea leaves, so that wasn't the truth. And I didn't like, I was so like dumb. Like it was
Did she believe it?
yeah, something. I have no idea.
At that point, I feel like that's so believable. Like, what else would you say? Oh, I'm smoking tea leaves.
Yeah, I have no dude, I actually don't know. It was so dumb. And so then yeah, that's that. And then
Oh,
when
that's
I got into middle school, I found like I learned about what we were doing, and I was like, okay, I can't be friends with these people anymore. Like I can be friends with them, but I'm not gonna be like tight with them. Like this.
That makes
isn't-
sense.
I can't do this. And so then I just quit being friends with them, and then found new friends. And then,
Every
like,
time I drive downtown Flint, I always smell.
No, actually though, it's like a really good or like really strong stereotype, but it's actually like really true. Like when I go to practice and stuff, I'll have my windows down, just like jamming out, whatever. Go to swim practice because the Y's downtown,
Yeah,
and like it just smells.
that's
like,
so funny.
Like I hate to say that it's true or whatever, but the stereotype is like actually pretty spot on. And I feel
You
bad.
know what's crazy? I've heard Flushing is really big, like with weed. Like
Yeah.
it's like a big drug city.
Yeah, like vaping and.
Which I had.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of that, okay, I have this SoundCloud rapper from Flushing. I used to play soccer with him. I have him on Snapchat, and he has the LSD like chemical makeup and all that
What?
tatted on his hand right here.
Why?
I don't know. He's just really into that. Like he's
Heavy into drugs?
yeah. Like I have him added on Snap. He's like, yo, I'll give you what was it? It was like Xanax. And then he was like, yeah, for X amount of money, I don't know. But he'll just like try to sell
What?
stuff on a Snap story all the time. And he'll just like sell edibles, LSD, like all this different stuff.
I know a kid that made his own wax and then
Oh yeah,
baked
yeah,
it into
yeah.
edibles.
Yeah, and it's just like I couldn't tell you why I have him added. It was just like originally it was
That's
like,
so
yo, I
funny.
used to play soccer with you, like you graduated.
And now it's just like-
years ago, and now it's like, dang, I played soccer with you. Like it's just kind of crazy, and yeah, it was. He was
The
like-
guy comes in just like full on cocaine.
Yeah, dude, I don't even want to know everything that he's done, but hey, you do you, man. Like,
Dude, that's
whatever.
funny.
Like he was selling some brownies, and I slid up on his story, and I was like, yo, meet me at the like. There's one Kroger in Flushing.
I know-
So I was like, yo, meet me at the Kroger at 2 a.m. in the parking lot, and
You didn't show up.
No, I didn't show up.
That's so
And-
funny.
No, but okay. And so I texted him that. He's like, why 2 a.m.? I was like, because that's when I'm getting home. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll meet you there. And then I went to bed, and I meant to set an alarm for 2 a.m. so that I could text him and be like, yo, you here? And just like mess with him or whatever.
Oh, that's so funny.
But I forgot to set the alarm, so I just fell asleep, and then that was kind of it in terms of like the whole fake weed buying process. Soon weed's just gonna be like, oh, you're smoking weed, cool. You know what I mean?
Like cigarettes.
Yeah. I think nicotine's a gateway drug. I don't think it's marijuana. I think it's nicotine.
Well, okay. I think to classify. Sorry, that just threw me off. I think you need to classify drugs in two separate categories. There's the dangerous ones, and then there's psychedelics. Like, that's literally, to me, people can be totally against what I'm saying. That's fine. I think.
I'll give a shit.
I think there's addictive stuff, and then there's, once again, like I said, psychedelics. Like, yeah, psychedelics can mess with your brain, and there's like, I'm sure there's stuff that I don't know about them that's like worse than I'm actually saying about them. I don't do psychedelics if people are like wondering why I know so much about them. I've just done research and I've heard stuff about them. But opiates, any addictive drug is just stupid. It's just plain old dumb. I agree with you. Nicotine's a gateway drug, but it's a gateway to like the addictive drugs.
Yeah.
It's not it can definitely be a gateway to marijuana, but usually people that smoke marijuana stop there. They literally will just smoke weed and that's it, because they do. And I have respect for people that smoke weed, but, and this is the same thing with the kid Blake that I knew, or no. He did his research, he knew what he was getting into, and he doesn't smoke to get freaking lit. He just smokes because like he enjoys the experience and like he like
It's not really a social thing.
yeah.
It's like he does it because he wants to.
he doesn't do it because everybody's pressuring him into it.
Right.
And that's like the same thing he thinks about drinking. Like I don't know if I'll ever drink someday. I'll say that now, but someday. Next week. I'm just kidding.
Next week.
Exams are coming up. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. That's just like my view on it. I feel like I can respect those people that know what they're getting into and aren't doing it to be cool and are doing it just because they genuinely want to make that decision.
Right.
But I think you're just completely stupid if you're doing it just to be cool. Like, oh, everyone's dropping acid.
Right.
I'll do it too.
Yeah.
Everyone's snorting cocaine. Those are the people that get addicted to like meth, bath salts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, bath salts are weird. There was this guy that was high on bath salts in San Francisco.
I haven't heard anything about, what is it, bath salts?
It's a weird drug, man. I don't know much about them, but I just know they're...
Bath salts lyrics. Designer drugs?
Yep. 10 facts about health warnings. Common street names.
So it's not
Flakka,
actually
Ivory.
bath salts. It's just the drug that...
Bath salts are a designer drug of abuse. Intoxication for emergency departments. Bath salts are not a hygiene product using for bathing. The fact that they have to say that.
Yeah.
That's just the street name for it. I have no idea what can lead to serious and fatal adverse reactions. The drug is a high or rush that is similar to,
Meth.
yeah, often caused speed. They often sold on the street as a cheap substitute for stimulants such as meth and cocaine. So it's a cheap drug, and that's why usually broke people.
Right.
That's another crazy thing. A lot of broke people that do drugs, you'll be like, oh, they take heroin, oh, they take bath salts. It's because those are the cheap drugs.
Right.
I only know that heroin's super cheap from like, just because I sell it. I mean,
Right.
kidding. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. No, I just know it's like a cheaper drug is what I've heard, and like that's why usually homeless people like will do that, which is super sad. 'Cause I went to San Francisco and
I
I
thought you just said sex, but you said sad cuz, like, really, like, slurred.
No, I said sex.
Oh, you did?
No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Which is super sad because I saw a guy with like just a needle hanging out of his arm, and it's like he's homeless. Like what? Yeah, like
He
it's
is
so
only,
gross.
like, spared or...
Sorry, my arm just tingled up just thinking about it. Like I could never do any drugs like that,
No.
no matter how rock
No.
bottom I hit. I can be homeless on the street,
If I'm
completely
hitting rock
naked.
bottom, I'm gonna work to, like, not
Be there.
on rock bottom rather than
Be
just
depressed and do
trying
drugs.
to make it feel good being on rock bottom.
Yeah. But there was this guy, definitely on something. I have no idea what he was on. But he had a bra around his head as a hat, not even kidding. And he was wearing shorts and then had this weird thing on his shoulders. And then he had a gigantic harp that he would play. And then he had a bandana around his foot. And then he would strum, go,
Oh, jeez.
strum again, and then he'd start yelling at people. Then he'd yell at himself and say, "Stop it!" And he'd start strumming again. It was the weirdest experience I ever had in my life.
Whoa.
There was another experience where we were with I was with Matthew and Jesse, and then one of Matthew's friends, Kat, and we were on this like 4-person bike, and Matthew's friend Kat was in like the bicycle like front kind of end, like she was sitting in like where the basket would be.
Right.
And this guy just stops at us, and he like stops the bike. He goes, "Hey," and he had super long ratty hair and a suit that was torn up, and looks at us and looks at the girl and goes, "I want to lick your pussy,"
What?
and then did this, and then we all just looked at each other and we're like, "Okay, bye."
Bro, what in the world?
I will never. I don't care if I become freaking famous. I will never live in California.
That's crazy.
I will, especially like San Francisco or like LA. If I got to the point where I had business and stuff, maybe I'd move outside in like a nice suburb. But the people there are just so rude. It's so unbelievable. When Matthew was telling me, he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm at." He goes to Grand Lake now. He's like, "Oh, I have so many friends at Grand Lake now. Like I've made so many already."
All right, that's the end of the podcast.
Be more excited.
That's the end of the podcast. Follow us on Instagram. All the links for everything will be in the description. Make sure you subscribe.
Give us things you guys want to hear us talk about.
All right, deuces, everybody.